Imagine working for a company where solutions are always found for every problem, employees are valued and respected, and customer service sets the bar for excellence. And yes, many leaders inspire and pave the way for incredible success in a world driven by ambition and innovation. Meet Don Gittens, the visionary CEO at Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited, a trailblazing janitorial services and workforce training company in Kingston, Jamaica. Today, we share his blueprint designed for incredible success under his leadership at Manpower. Stay with us as we unlock the 5 principles that have guided him throughout his career and are the foundation for transforming Manpower into the best in the Caribbean region. In other words, a powerhouse in the region. Now, what are Don Gittens' top principles for success? Principle number 1, be willing to share. Don believes success is not about hoarding all the power, but collaboration and growth. He firmly believes in taking 1% of something rather than 100% of nothing. By fostering a culture of sharing, he unlocks the team's collective potential and creates a thriving ecosystem where everyone can succeed. Are you ready for his other principles? Let's dig right in. Before we do, we kindly ask for your support by subscribing to this channel so you'll never miss exciting stories relevant to business and personal living. Your support means the world to us.
What are the elements of leadership that you think managers often overlook or falter in? And why? And let's talk about how you have managed to navigate that kind of a leadership challenge, if you will.
All right, so you would have heard me start out by saying that I'm a people person.
Right.
So for me, leadership starts with people, starts with your staff. I believe that if you can give your staff the amount of recognition and the amount of support and providing resources, just look after your staff, you'll get the productivity you need. For example, as it relates to Manpower, our bread and butter is janitorial and cleaning, right? That gets us moving. That's what we're known for. And I need to ensure that those persons who are there doing the cleaning and whatnot, I need to ensure that they are good. I need to ensure that they're happy. I need to ensure that they are okay and they feel comfortable. Because if one day everybody get up and say that they're not going to work today, what am I going to call and tell the client? So I need to. So I tell everyone I have a 4-pronged plan. 1, my internal customer. And my internal customer are my employees. I need to ensure first and foremost that they are taken care of and they are good. Somebody said leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. So even when you're gone, they still remember you. You need to lead by example and take care of things. So as leader, I'm in charge of approximately 3,000 persons, and I need to know every single one. I don't know everybody. I need to know, and in knowing everyone, I need to know things about them. I need to know, the kids they go to school, and just show interest in your people. And I think from doing that, it has, and that's me just naturally. That's just me as a person. So I would have done that anyway, But as leadership, you need to ensure that you have a succession plan in place, because you need to ensure that people understand that you have their back, and whatever it is that they're doing, you can make a mistake, but be allowed to make that mistake, right? And take chances. You're not gonna go and think, but have initiative. Be encouraged enough to take initiative where the company will benefit, but you have your things in place. You have your controls in place, etc. But allow persons to express themselves and let them know that you have the back no matter what. You understand? And I'm not a micromanager, not in the least. But so you have to allow persons to manage. Now, if you can't manage, we're gonna have a different conversation, because you need to be able to have those difficult conversations. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do, the conversation won't be difficult, right? So not a micromanager in any shape, way, or form. However, you must manage. I expect directors or managers to manage. And like I said, if you can't manage, then we'll have a different conversation. And then I say to everybody, and I'm gonna leave this one with you, is that there are two things. One, I'm not greedy. So I'll take 1% of something rather than 100% of nothing. You say that again. 1% of something rather than 100% of nothing. And just ensure that we are always looking out for one another and ensuring that, you know, you say what you mean and be that person that once you give your word, you keep it.
Yeah. Give me an example of a situation that comes to mind with the adage you just used, 1% of something rather than 100% of nothing.
Okay, for example, sometimes we'll be in business and let's take a small business owner, for example, and they want to do a partnership, all right? Or somebody comes to them to do a partnership. Sometimes we're a bit hesitant because we want own all of it for ourselves. We don't want to share. That's one thing we don't like to share. No, look at so there's always a solution to every problem. You might not like the solution, but there's a solution to every problem. And I'm very solutions oriented, so I'll try and find that solution, right? So in saying that, is that there are sometimes when we see something come, you know, in front of us, and because we want all of it, we aren't able to break it down to a point where you can say, you know what, maybe I can go with this, and I'll be much better off by going with this one than trying to get the whole 100. You know, I didn't give you a specific example, but I try to break it down a little bit more so that those who are listening can understand what I'm saying. It's better to have 1% of something than 100% of nothing, because 100% of nothing really is nothing.
Nothing, indeed. Indeed. What do you think makes a good workforce or a good workplace?
All right, so a good workforce training, continuous training, making sure that you're always on top of your game. Even though you're on top of your game, ensuring you find out what else can make you even better. So you must always have that value proposition where you are the person that persons go to. You know what I mean? You're that extra. So even though you're that extra, what else makes you even more extra than that, right? So training, continuous learning. We're never too old to learn. And you must always believe that age is just a number. You're never too old to learn. So don't think that you're too old to, you can go and do something whenever. So training. And workplace is just ensuring that you have all the policies and procedures in place is one that and you must, every company has its own culture. So you need to understand what that culture is and either enhance on it, or if you're going to divert, but do it in stages. You can't do it like, you know, you can't do it, that will shock the system and you probably will never recover. So you need to do it in stages and do it gradually. Some cultures might take 10 years to change. Some cultures might take, or not just change, but just pivot. Or some might take 2 or some might take 5. It just depends on how deep the culture is in the organization. So just like people who have personalities, companies have personalities. And once you understand that, right, then you can go about understanding what the personality of your company is and then work to suit. Because we as people understand one another and understand people's personalities. And you have the extrovert, you have the introvert, you have people who are quiet. Companies are kind of like the same kind of way because we're all made up of people. And companies tend to move by what the leader says. You understand how that leader charts his strategic direction and what they want to do, where they want to go. And from that, once you have your policies in place, you ensure that staff is taken care of. It tends to inculcate a certain type of culture that allows openness, freeness, you know, that kind of a thing. So for me, my personality is one where I'm open, try to be as genuine as possible, try to give as much as possible where customer service is concerned, and try to be, like I said, try to not be selfish in any kind of way, you'll start to see things start to maturate around that kind of. So you realize, so at some point Manpower will become that company where people know it to be flexible, which we are already, and we know we go the extra mile. We're going to give 120% to our clients. We're going to make sure the client so my goal, is that when anybody is
that was my next question. We're on a roll.
Is that when anyone is thinking about cleaning any kind of like distribution, anything that has an ecosystem, they think of Manpower. So for example, building maintenance. Who can do a good building maintenance and Manpower? Who can do this cleaning for me? I need to have this one-off cleaning and this post-construction cleanup. And what company can do it on a big scale? No? Manpower. I want business owners to start to think that, and subliminally, whoever is listening to this, I want you to listen. Manpower, it's in your head, and Manpower is telling you, we can do it. We can do it best. So I'll give you a quick example. We recently sponsored the cleaning up of the Expo.
Okay, JMA.
JMA Expo, correct. So my team did the cleanup and everything for it. So we would have been the general clean. So we went up on the Tuesday night. And we were supposed to be there from the Monday, but there was some miscommunication. My people weren't there the Monday, but we went up the Tuesday and we put a team in there the Tuesday. So we came over and we stayed on and we did the Wednesday. So the Wednesday now, they said that, you'd have to get there by 10. So we finish up by 10 and staying clean so we can leave by 12, because that's when all the booths are being finalized, because we're going to open on Thursday. So we said, sure, I'm up there with the guys. It's my third or fourth week. With that plan, we're good. So some people started to build their booth at 10. So they said, all right, that means that persons aren't finished with their booths, which means then you probably have to stay till like 12, clean up and leave by 2, because we need to open for 9. You know what my team said? The team said, no, sir. What we're going to do, we're just going to stay. We're not going to go home. We're going to stay at the arena and we're going to stay at the indoor from 2 and just stay and clean up so that it's, and stay here and be here in the morning, tidy up everything so it's ready for an open at 9. No, I cannot say anything better than that. I mean, I was like, guys, really? She said, yes, that's what we do. It's Manpower. We are going to give our 100% and dedication to the client. And this was a sponsorship, eh? We're not getting paid. This is us just making sure that the client is happy. So that's what I want.
So there you have it. The blueprint for incredible success from the CEO of Manpower, Don Gittens. By embracing these principles, you are well on your way to becoming the best in your industry. With a visionary leader like Don Gittens at the helm, Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited will continue to set new standards and redefine what it means to be a successful business, always multiple steps ahead of any competition. We invite you never to miss us as we share inspiring stories, valuable insights, and practical strategies to help you succeed in business and personal life. Subscribe to this channel today.